God give it or take it, for such is the way of God. For God works in every mystery unknown to man, for the mysteries of God are hidden from man. Everywhere that man walked in the world, he followed the seen things of the world, and did not know the things of God that are hidden in the seen things of the world. And man could not have known these things, because man could not wear the crown of God in his own heart. For everywhere that man went in the wayward way, he lost the way to the heart of God, and he forfeited the way to the crown of God. God knew that all things must come to an end, and God brings an end to all things. In all the ways that it was written, so will it be done. For God sends forth the many deadly plagues that are on its way, that every way that it comes, it always brings destruction upon destruction upon destruction. For God knew that man did not know the way of judgment, nor did man know the things that God can do. And in all the ways that God sends everything in the wind, God shows man that he cannot see that which is given, that comes to take away the sins of the world. In all the lands of the heathens, the Hebrews and the Gentiles, God brings nothing good, for they brought nothing good before your God. And in every way that God knew what they have done, God knew that which must be returned to them in the final judgment of God, that are given in the final justice of God to this world. These deadly plagues that your God has sent shall affect every tribe on earth except the children of God. For whether the children dwell among them or they dwell in their own lands, these plagues shall not come near them. And the world will see, and the world will know who the children of God are, and the children will know who they are. For they will come into the true knowledge of themselves as the true Israelites of earth. God knew the way to startle this whole world, and God knew the way to say to the world, God is in charge of God's world. And the children of God will come to the knowledge that it was God that orchestrated the events of the world and not man. For no man knows how he is able to do anything, nor how it is that it is given to be done. And because man knew not the ways of your God, no man knew that all things are possible only because of God. And these things we have given unto you, that in all the ways that you preach and you teach, the children of God must come to the true knowledge that they too walked in a world they did not know and worship gods that were not of your God. God sends everything that makes them weak and weary. And in every way that they will become weak and weary, they will no longer be interested in the things of this world. And God shows them why it could not have profited them to do all the diabolical things that they have done and continue to do, that they may take the seen things of a perishing world. Many of the children of God did not know why God did not give them these things, for they knew not what God had done in the anger of God when God threw these things to them and cursed them all. And no man knew the curses and the things that he took, because he knew not what God did in the anger of God that was given in all things that man went after. You will teach these things, you will preach the gospel of truth, for it is only the truth that would enable the children of God to come to the true knowledge of themselves and the way in which God exists as them, in them, and in all things. In the restoration of the sacred rituals of God back into the world, God shows the children that all the rituals of men are empty rituals. They bring nothing, for they have nothing of the power and greatness of God to bring anything to them. For when the children forgot the sacred rituals of your God, and they followed these wayward ways of a lowly world, and they practiced all manner of rituals that meant nothing, you will teach the sacred rituals of God to the children, that in all the ways they must rejoice in the glad tidings of God. They will always work to the glory of God in all the many sacred and divine rituals of your Father and your Mother God.